Good Tuesday, or not Tuesday, Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic New Year's Day, as it is about to end off our first ever day of the year. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday so far. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Just Peterson, and we are about to go on and get started. As you can see, we're just gonna switch this over here for right now. But if you have not went on and hit the like button or the subscribe button yet, make sure that you do that. Also, make sure that you hit the share button as well. And let's go on and get started with our weather for tonight. Also, we're going to be talking about the snow chance, because I know it's been floating around. I know everybody's probably heard about it by now, about the chance for snow in South Carolina next week. We'll talk about that in depth tonight, and we'll just show what it's looking like. So let's go on and get started and talk with our recorded audience now. Good Wednesday evening, South Carolina weather watch. Hopefully everyone has had a fantastic Wednesday. I'm your host for South Carolina Weather, Just Peterson, and let's go on and talk about your first ever evening forecast for the year of 2025. Now, looking at the radar right now, there is nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina, but if you go over here to the MRMS, nothing seems to really be going on for the southeast, pretty much the entire southern U.S., even over there in California as well. Go on and look at winter weather. We do have some rain and some snow activity going on. I'm up there inside of Boise, Idaho, some snow action going on. Also some rain, some snow going on inside of Oregon and Washington. We also do have some rain going on inside of California. And we also do have some snow going on in Dakotas, Nebraska, Montana, Wyoming, Wisconsin, as well as Michigan and Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New York getting some snow as well. We even have some snow going on over here inside of Maine as well. Rain also in there as well, but mainly just seems to be snow. Here is our current cloud cover. Barely any clouds at all. Barely any clouds as we go through tonight. Hopefully that will stay. But you can go in and check out our future right here. As you go on and push this forward, seems to be clear throughout the nighttime hours. And as we move through tomorrow, going all the way into tomorrow night, look at this. This is tomorrow night right here. No cloud cover. As we move into our Friday looks to be a bit more on the cloudier side. And then as we move through Friday night, honestly, again, not really that bad. It's not as bad Friday night either. So hopefully it won't be too much cloud covered. Current temperatures right now, 39 in Greenville, as well as Rock Hill, Anderson, and Union, 41 inside of Newberry and Winsboro, as well as 44 inside of Columbia, 44 in Sumter, and 43 in Florence, 48 in Moncks Corner, as well as 48 in Charleston, 46 in Walterboro, 48 inside of Beaufort, Savannah, 46 in Georgetown and Myrtle Beach. Here is your low temperatures for tonight. Low temperatures 27 in Anderson, as well as Greenville, 30 in Spartanburg, 28 inside of Rock Hill, 31 inside of Cheraw, 29 in Newberry, 30 inside of Winsboro, 32 inside of Columbia. Yes, it will be below freezing for some of these areas up there. 31 in Aiken, 32 in Orangeburg, 33 in Walterboro, 34 in Moncks Corner, 39 in Charleston, Hilton Head Island, 34 in Georgetown, and 36 inside of Myrtle Beach. Here is your rain index for tonight. No precipitation is expected for the next 12 hours or so. So from now until 7 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So that's when we will have our next forecast issued, and we'll see what happens there. So now let's go and talk about our future. And when I say the future, just for the next, I'd say like the next 24 to 48 or so hours. So moving over here to the models. Move into the 0Z. We'll go actually a bit far with this one. As you move through tonight, not really much rain to look for tonight. As you move through tomorrow, same thing for tomorrow. Even Friday might not bring a lot of rain at all. So I think we're going to be clear tonight. I think tomorrow as well, tomorrow night. Friday, we'll see what happens. Friday night seems to honestly be fine as well. So just looking at the day on Friday, as we just get a bit closer and the models start to get a bit more consistent, we'll see what happens through there. But it would not surprise me if you just saw a little like 10-20% chance of rain for some areas on Friday though. And then now let's go and talk about the big future tense. And when I say that, I mean like the next 300 to 400 hours. And the big question is what's going on with the talk about all of the snow that apparently some people in the South, like South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, all these places could be receiving. Now, if you go on, time is in the top right corner of your screen. It's January the 1st right here. So this is tonight. As you move through tonight, you can see cold air pushing through. You will have some snow up there inside the mountains of North Carolina. Same thing with Virginia, West Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Eastern Kentucky. All will receive some snow. But then as you move through January the 4th, you're going to see a bunch of snow and some freezing rain going on all the way from Kansas, Missouri, and then maybe even some freezing rain going all the way from even still in Missouri pretty much, in Kansas, but some rain on the bottom side of it as well. And then you're going to have a huge snowstorm. This is 100% a snowstorm here. You can see so on the top side, bringing some heavy snow to Illinois, Missouri, Indiana, and Kentucky, and then maybe even an ice storm trying to get going as you get through Kentucky, Illinois, and Missouri, as well as northern Tennessee, and then some snow going on all the way up there inside of the Northeast, or trying to get up there in the Northeast, but just bringing us some rain. Not really anything in terms of snow, but there is something there. Cold air starts to bring back down, but that's not the area that we're watching for. That is not the area that we are watching for right now. As you go on and push through the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, you can see, still nothing going on. But you have some snow going on in Texas. Look at that. Snow going on near Dallas, Fort Worth, maybe going on over there near Austin, Texas as well, but maybe some ice. But again, it just seems to be bringing some rain and some snow. And then you start to see some snow try to enter portions of South Carolina on January the 10th. Now, this thing was bigger in like previous model runs, which is another thing that I want to talk about. Is still inconsistency, so we don't know exactly just yet. So, like I said, I would not get any hopes high, especially if you like snow. And if you don't like snow, I'd start looking at this pretty closely because there's a good chance that there is a small chance that we will get snow. But I mean, still, if you don't like snow, that's something that you're gonna have to watch out for as well. But after that moves on, there's January the 11th, January the 12th, and January the 13th. But look at this right here. That is a huge amount of snow going on up there inside the upstate of South Carolina Midlands, 314 hours out. Still a bit too far out, and honestly, that's way in La La Land, so we can't really say anything too much on this. But that's January 14th right there, bringing snow to portions of Atlanta, the entire state of South Carolina, and the entire state of North Carolina. This would be a snowstorm for the history books for portions of South Carolina as well, if this was to happen. And some people that have been doing meteorology for 10 to 15 years said that this is probably one of the best signatures they've seen for any sort of snowstorm in a really long time. It's been a really long time since they've seen something like this for this portion of South Carolina, or the Southeast in general. So we'll see what happens there. But one thing I want to talk about is inconsistency as well. That's January the 10th. This is the 18Z, so this was uploaded around like the evening time ish. But look at the 12Z. This was updated around like late morning hours ish. And you can see that it definitely brought a lot more snow through the 10th, and then the 14th it brought just some rain. But as you get closer, it kind of seemed like it wanted to try and flip-flop a little bit. So going from the 12Z all the way to 18Z, it wanted to bring it through on January the 14th instead. So again, we're just going to wait, see what happens. But the National Weather Service, or the Climate Prediction Center, also did pull out, which let me go on ahead and pull that up real quick. But here is your 6-day temperature outlook. We will be below average. The National Weather Service of the Greenville Spartanburg region says an Arctic blast is forecast to spread across the western Carolinas and northeast Georgia as the pattern gets colder starting this weekend. That's because they're in Greenville, Spartanburg, and they're in that region, but pretty much for everybody inside of South Carolina. As always, during the wintertime, we are watching the potential for winter weather closely, and so they do mention winter weather. They do, in fact, mention winter weather. So, again, like I said, the experts are starting to talk about it as well. And that's pretty much it. I don't see anything else really related to that. I do know that there's like 20%. They also did highlight a 20% chance for some heavy snow for the entire state of South Carolina as we move through the next week or two or so. So just a little 20% chance, but I'm not going to say anything else through that. And that's pretty much going to go on and wrap this up. Let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. As I am trying to get that. There you go. Alright, so Miss Oliver does say good. As I'm trying to. Oh, there we go. Alright. Miss Oliver does say good evening. Nice start to the new year today. My pond is replenished and my birds are happy again. I do not think it will snow in the low country, but perhaps inside of the upstate. They will have a better chance, yeah. In terms of, well, actually, I'd say honestly, in terms of, if I was honestly to say in terms of percent chances, I mean, you got to look at this and you got to see that it actually seems the more you get to the coastal regions, the more heavier the rain or the more heavier the snow you might get. So honestly, again, this is just one model run, and again, you have the Euro as well, that can't go that far out. You have to go to the 12Z instead. I mean, as you push the Euro model forward, it doesn't really have much, and it has snow, again, near the coastal region. So, again, honestly, I think they're more favoring a coastal snow event more. Like, you can clearly see it here. The more heavier snow over towards the coastal regions is not really much up towards the upstate. So, we're just going to wait. This is over 300 hours out. We're just going to get closer to it, and the more we get close to it, the more we will know. And then Mr. Anthony does say, Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you as well. But while we go on over here and pull up San Antonio and Raleigh's forecast, we'll want to say as well that with that snowfall comes heavy freezing temperatures as well. I mean, you'll have temperatures in some regions that can get down into possibly down inside the 20s, obviously, for pretty much everybody, but wind chills as well will probably be down. Some people are saying close to 15 degrees, maybe even close into single digits in some regions as well. So we'll continue to monitor that as well, because that's very, very important. So now going on to talk about San Antonio and Raleigh. In terms of rainfall for San Antonio, I don't really see anything in terms of rainfall for the next 48 or so hours. Maybe some heavy cloud cover, but I don't see anything really in terms of rainfall. Moving up here towards Raleigh, North Carolina, it does look like that no rain is expected for the next 24 or so hours, but some rain, some shower activity is possible as you move through around 4 or 5 o'clock p.m. as you go into January the 3rd, which is Friday. So make sure that you are watching for that as well. But seems to be just like some little shower activity. So let's go on and load this up. Let's go and check out the likes as well. We have 8 people watching and 7 likes. So if you've not went on and hit the like button yet, make sure that you do that. Also, apologies if you hear any fireworks out there. They're still shooting them, even though it's after New Year's. But I just have to deal with that. Maybe I can turn my mic down just a little bit. That should work out there. And then you do have low temperatures tonight at around 30, so we'll be around below freezing. High temperatures tomorrow only getting to 47. Low temperatures tomorrow night at around 30. And then high temperatures only getting to around maybe 48, 49. Not going to get that much higher. Now moving down here to San Antonio in terms of temperatures now. We do have low temperatures tonight, seeming to be around 40, maybe 45-ish. And then high temperatures tomorrow at around 63. Low temperatures tomorrow night seems to be around 54. And then high temperatures at around 62-ish going into for your Friday. And that's pretty much it. There's no chance for any sort of severe weather, even though I would believe that Raleigh would be kind of in the same boat. Same thing with snow wise as well. Would not be surprised at all, even though Raleigh probably does have a higher chance of receiving snow than South Carolina does. Because you're more north and it's probably going to be cooler there. But that's about going to go on and wrap this up. So, talking about the for weather for the entire United States, pretty much a storm tracking through the northeastern U.S. on New Year's Day will bring rain through southern New England and rain changing to snow across interior New England, the central Appalachians, and the downwind of the Great Lakes, along with widespread gusty winds as well with it. Several weak waves of Pacific moisture will bring periods of low elevation rain showers and mountain snow to the northwest into the weekend as well. So fall going on down there inside the southwest, maybe some freezing condition going on inside of Georgia and northern Florida. Just talked about wind up there inside the northeast, and then some lake effect snow as well. Maybe even some more winter storm impacts up there in northern New York, the Appalachian Mountains, and northern Vermont as well. And that's about it. Snow also possible up there inside of Iowa, it seems, as well. So if you have not hit the like button, subscribe button, or the share button, make sure you do that. We're at 321, again, trying to get to 400. So let's try and get there. Hopefully a bit faster. But no goal, no set date or anything like that. Just trying to get to 400. That's the only goal we have. And let me check the chat one more time. I don't see anything else. Again, if you have any questions about any sort of snow things or anything about the dangerous cold, dangerous wind chills that might be happening next week as well, make sure that you ask, because a lot of people out there are posting stuff that might just be a bit too far out and saying that it's a forecast, but it might actually not be a forecast. So make sure that you are watching for that. And I will be back tomorrow morning with your Thursday morning forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.